Hi, welcome. It's time for my campaign update, State of the Union and State of the World addresses for today. I am behind a week, so I will make an address today for actually last weekend, and then I will make one in a couple of days for this weekend. But I am just going to talk about the things in the news anyways because there's a lot to talk about. So we had a relatively quietish holiday time, and it's only now in the new year that things have started, newsworthy things started again. But for right now, I am Susan Maud Buchser-Lochocki, a presidential candidate from the 2020 and the 2024 presidential election, and I'm also a candidate for the 2028 presidential election here in the USA. I am still a candidate in the 2024 election. I have not conceded because I have a lawsuit pending with the Supreme Court, and I have not conceded the election yet. So I am still hopeful that I will hear something from them in regards to my lawsuit. Now, one of the main issues, technically it is the issue in the lawsuit, is this list of names of people who can vote or who are registered to vote, because technically everyone can vote. As long as you're a U.S. citizen or a green card holder, you can vote. But there's a registering to vote list or registered to vote list also. And this is where the problem lies, because there's no checks and balances on it. And so over the last couple of years, all sorts of states have come out and said that they have fake names on it and that these fake names have been voting. So we have a lot of voter fraud in the system just in this one area alone in the registering to vote list. And we have all sorts of apparatuses, electronic things set up to tally votes and to tally people on that list. And, so people who are not U.S. citizens are getting on the list. And I was also on the list once, but I've taken my name off because of all the fraud. And I don't want the Democrats and Republicans having control over my name and my vote. But sadly, no matter which direction I come at this with them, they always come up with an excuse for changing my vote or letting somebody else vote for me. And this is unacceptable. The current situation is that I ran for president in 2024 as a write-in candidate. You could write my name in, and it should have been counted. But because I wasn't registered to vote, and I eventually voted in my state of West Virginia, but I did it with a provisional vote, which I had my passport and I had my driver's license. So they should have counted it, and eventually they decided to throw my vote out. They decided I didn't want to vote, even though I spent almost an hour there voting. And the reason why I didn't want to vote, according to them, was because I was not on the registered to vote list. So why would I show up and vote and spend an hour of my time and an hour of their time and then not want my vote counted? I mean, the Constitution says nothing about registering to vote. It says if you're a citizen, you have a right to your rights, and my right is to have my vote, my right is to vote and have it counted. It's not even just to vote, it's to have it counted. So, folks, this is happening in West Virginia. They also didn't care about my passport. They just wanted my driver's license. They didn't care whether I was a citizen or not, just to let you know. And these were Republicans in West Virginia. So the truth is that, we're getting a lot of people saying things. Their lips are moving, but they're lying. just like the song goes. So it's unacceptable that not only was my vote not counted, but according to West Virginia, they put this extra rule onto running for president saying you have to be registered to vote. I mean, I filled out their paperwork, I brought it in, I had my passport again, and I had my driver's license to prove exactly who I was and that I was a citizen, and they did not let me be considered an official candidate in West Virginia, and they threw out my my form to announce that I was running for president in the 2024 presidential election. They did not consider me a candidate. So if anybody voted for me in West Virginia, who knows what they did with those votes? They could have given them to anybody. And this is a problem because I am a U.S. citizen and I have rights according to my Constitution. I have ones that are specifically spelled out, and then I have implied rights. And the implied right is that any person can be president. And if I fulfill the requirements in the Constitution, I don't have to have any extra requirements in the states. None. They have no right to restrict my rights. My citizen rights come first. It's in the 9th it's in the 9th Amendment. No, sorry. You know what? I'm going to have to put that in the comments now. I can't remember if it's the 9th article or the 9th Amendment. So my apologies for that. But my right is I have citizen rights and they belong to me, whether they're it's the article, 9th article of the Constitution. So I have my right there. And then the 14th Amendment clearly states this: the states have no right to restrict my rights. So the 14th Amendment says that they cannot do that. And so, folks, we got Democrats and Republicans making decisions about who gets to be considered a candidate and who cannot. And this is unacceptable. It's unacceptable. They know it, and they're getting away with it. Now, I'm asking the Supreme Court to do something. You have my lawsuit. You know it's correct. You know they're illegally using this thing called registering to vote in so many ways. So it's time. They need to be arrested because they are illegally in office, all of them. And the two organizations need to be shut down. They're criminal activities. They're criminals. It's an organized criminal party, both of them. And they're actually, in some cases, working together. So, registering to vote is unacceptable, and it needs to be abolished. And how many amendments do we have to add to our Constitution to stop the Democrats and Republicans from stealing elections? You know, we had to say that they can't say whether we're in a religion. Then we had to say they can't charge money for it. Then they can't do religious tests. Then then we had to say specifically, I mean, former slaves or even slaves were citizens. We didn't have to add that to the thing, to the Constitution, the amendments to allow them to vote, because they already had the right. It's in the Constitution. They're citizens. So the states, again, are completely gone crazy. And it's not the states, it's the people running it. And the people running it are the Democrats and the Republicans. There has never been a libertarian in any position of power. There's never been a Green Party member in any position of power. No Tea Party, no Constitution Party, no Workers' Party. Nobody has ever had any power except the Democrats and Republicans. And so they are stealing our country and our states. They're stealing our votes, and this is completely outrageous. So, I don't know why the Supreme Court is taking so long, and I don't know how clearer I can state this, that registering to vote is unconstitutional. Nothing should come between a U.S. citizen and their rights. And our right is not to register to vote to run for president. It's not registering to vote to run for governor. It's not registering to vote to run for mayor. It is not registering to vote to be able to vote and have my vote counted. There is no place in our Constitution that says I have to do that. I have to prove I'm a citizen, and I have to prove where I live so that I vote in the correct place. That's all I have to do. And when I'm running for office, I have to show up, or I have to write a letter and say, I'm running for office, I am a citizen, and I am a resident of West Virginia. That's what I have to do. I don't have to do any of these other things. So they are blocking not only me, but they're blocking other people, and they're blocking all U.S. citizens who wanted to vote for me. And even the ones who didn't want to vote for me, that didn't even maybe know that I was there. Because not only that, they don't inform you of who and what you can vote on when you go to vote. I only found out back in 22, a month before the election in 22, that we had like 4 amendments to the West Virginia Constitution that we had to vote on. I had no clue to what they were about. Nobody informed us. So, our representatives are no longer representing us. Our local towns and states are not informing us. How can we make educated decisions if we don't know what the choices, if we don't know what we have to vote on in the first place, or what the choices are? So, folks, we got big problems, and the Supreme Court has a paper that has a solution. So it is time, Supreme Court justices. It is time to make a ruling on that document. We are going into yet another election. How much more proof do you need? I just looked. I would like to run for a small office right now before I run for president and go full steam. So my problem is they're going to say no because I'm not registered to vote. And they have it right in their documents here in West Virginia that you have to be registered to vote. So again, they're blocking me. I mean, not only did they throw out my vote in 2024, now they're blocking me from being a candidate in this upcoming election. And then beyond that, last year, they had an election, but it ended in like July, and nobody told anybody that there was an election going on last year in West Virginia. So how much, where is the federal government? Where are the FBI and CIA looking into this BS that we have called an election in the USA? There is so much fraud and manipulation and corruption. It is overwhelming. It's overwhelming. So that is the state of my campaign right now. I am still working for you. I'm doing research. I'm gathering information. I have so many solutions that will help our country and our people in so many ways. So, I am still working for you, although I'm not getting paid for it. So anyways, I would like to say, I guess I need donations. That's the number one thing. And then secondly, like and subscribe to this page. And I'll be putting out 2 more videos today. And then, I'll be going all year long. If you want to find out more about me, I'm on Facebook, X. I have a sort of I'm kind of off Instagram right now and off Twitter, but I'm going to get or not Twitter, LinkedIn, but I'm going to get that going again. And I have also several Facebook pages out there about me running for president or Congress at different times. So if you see different things, it's probably me. I'm also an artist, so I have an artist page, and my artist name is Modern Art. And but if best thing to do is go to my website, and then from there you can get to the links to get you to the different pages. YouTube, I have a YouTube channel that has like 800 videos from my past elections and all these things that I'm doing. So my website is susan4usa.com. That's Susan, the number 4, USA.com. So go have a look. And I want to say Happy New Year to everybody. And let's keep working at bringing change. It's a crazy time. And I'll talk about the union next and then the world after that. But for right now, this is my campaign part, state of my campaign, and it's going strong. So thank you for stopping by, and I wish you a nice day wherever you are. Bye for now.